Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Breakverse. I am Aaron, your kind of sick GM this week. And these are my players, starting with Kat.
Oh, I get to go first. I am Kat. I am playing Ska, the Wood Elf Barbarian Cleric. Still love that I get to say that.
Jeremy?
Hi, I am Jeremy. I am playing Click Clack, the Kenku Rogue.
Jack?
Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and I'm playing Ragnar Einherjar, the Dwarven Paladin of Conquest.
And Navarre?
Are we back in the 90s? Does all the words that mean bad mean good now? Is stuff wicked again? Can stuff that is bad be good? I love that. That was great. Sorry, hi, I'm Alistair. I'm the half elf bard, and I'm Navarran. Same person.
As Navarre, I'm pretty sure fairly unintentionally makes a Descendants reference that ties in very nicely to some things I was saying earlier, and I don't think any of these people have seen Descendants because
I have.
Nope.
Why would you?
Nope.
I have a daughter. That's why.
Oh yeah, that's fair. You have a child who's in the age range. I don't have an excuse. I have seen it. Yeah. So last time, still our party still remains deep below the world of Zenora, in the Underdark areas of the Deeplands, specifically in the Platinum Kingdom of the Drow. After fighting legal battles and achieving some measure of victory standing within the town, they were all released without charges, except for the consequence of a slightly sobered Alistar, given that memory issues are a concern and challenge.
But I'm all right now,
Yes, the effects of the potion have since worn off.
and it will never happen again.
The man is back to his old derp.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So. And the party, he met a new member, Kenku, who arrived with interest in god hunting and or thieving from something like that.
Yup.
Essentially.
I want to find a god. Why? So I can steal his shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I mean,
And after a short duel of introduction, Ragnar decided to let him into the group, which is apparently now Ragnar's job.
I've been in charge of this group since like episode 3.
Yeah, kind of.
In charge.
It's almost like the Conquest Paladin takes a certain role in the party when no one stops them.
Yep. It was
Like herding cats.
It was like It was mostly self-appointed, but still. Anyway. So Click Clack is still in the room with us, right?
Yep.
As far as I know.
Okay. Well, if Hallistra needs to spend some time getting involved in supervising her new estate, I reckon there's a decent chance that we might be able to find the owner of the other half of this, and he holds up his amulet that he's been wearing, and see what their bit of the story is.
At which point you hear a you know that sound that usually a dog or feline creature makes when it's confused and wants more.
Right.
We've
Comes out of
adopted
Click Clack.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, explanations will be had, but I have a question before we try and get out of here. Do we need some sort of paperwork or something from Hallistra saying that we belong to her and so we can go through these lands not being kidnapped again?
This was covered last week.
Hallistra said she was going to provide you with that.
Okay. Sorry.
All right.
Okay. Just
again,
making
it's
sure.
not. That's not really what it is. It is.
Yeah.
It's a letter of passage, kind of.
Okay.
But you're fully expected to be able to take care of yourself if you're being let out on your own.
Right.
Yes, it's just more of a we were kidnapped for no good reason last time. Just wanted to make sure that doesn't happen again.
I had a great time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, shut up.
I don't remember most of it, but it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah, glad your experience of other cultures is becoming so enjoyable for you there, Alistair.
Yeah, that was great.
Glad to hear it. So, best we can tell from the sort of second-hand information we've got is that what's-her-name slave ran off, possibly with 2 kids, in order to find some girl he likes or other. And he's got the other half of this pendant, and this one will lead us to him.
Yep.
Now, what we're going to do with the little bastard once we find him, well, we'll discuss that once we find him.
Did he do something?
He's an escaped slave.
Do we care?
How much is it worth to us to care?
Is someone actually going to pay us?
If either of Jeremy's characters would like to share the information, you would both know. God damn it, this gets confusing really fast. Ballparking that sort of return would probably be around anywhere from 4,000 to 10,000 gold.
Hallistra would share that information. Click Clack most definitely would not.
Okay.
And is looking between everybody with a...
Oh, well, shite, Hallistra. We're not bringing the poor bastard back to put him back into bondage or anything.
Well, Hallistra
Sorry,
doesn't
what?
care.
I know Hallistra doesn't.
So I was asleep, but I woke up just then. What?
We're gonna go find the escaped slave. We are not going to put him back into his master's care. We're gonna find out what he knows, if he's heard anything, if he's a decent source of information, and can hopefully put us on the path of this half-ascended if he's heard any rumours or any such thing. Generally, when you corner someone who's in fear for their life and definitely wants to...
Sorry, that was much more interesting the first time you said it.
I was listening.
They tend to be fairly open with any questions you might have, as long as you're willing to make sure that they stay out of trouble.
Tap, tap, tap on Alistair's shoulder.
Sorry. Yes. Hello. Yes.
Gesture.
Are you dabbing?
Alistar takes 5 points of psychic damage.
I was looking at Jeremy. He was.
I was
I'm
gesturing
kidding,
like
but
I was doing this. I was doing this. There's a
Oh,
difference.
right. Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah. Scott will look at Click Clack. Yeah, he ignores us a lot.
I
The
don't
feeling is
ignore
mutual.
you. I just get bored easily.
Well, let's take you somewhere where you'll hopefully be a little less bored.
Cool.
Alright. So, during his last rest, Ragnar had attuned to the amulet, so he can, as I understand, he can just basically cast locate other amulet from it.
yeah. You have to expend a spell slot of the spell's level or higher.
Okay.
The range is infinite. The usual restrictions on locations do not apply, but it basically locate objects only the other amulet.
Okay.
You might appreciate this, Click Clack. Let me tell you the story of our battle against the dragons, and I tell an inspiring story of how we fought 500 or so wormlings. And then everyone gains 11 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Somehow that lie makes me feel better.
I mean, it's pretty awesome to think of yourself carving through a horde of dragons effortlessly.
You didn't hear me in the pub. I told that story, to so many drow. They were so impressed, they gave me all of the drinks, and then I fell asleep.
Once you're done, Click Clack makes the sound of an entire sounds quite like an entire crowd applauding or cheering a moment.
Alistar bows without thinking.
It's a reflex.
Oh, this can only end well. All right. Well,
I
Ragnar,
think it's going well.
lead the way, darling.
So Ragnar expends the spell slot and is ready to go. All right.
Yep.
Assuming Halistra has the papers, he'll also grab those before he leaves.
Yep.
Yeah, if she wants to
Right.
make them, she can have them by this point.
Do your best not to die. That would be much appreciated. But if you do, I don't even know what to say.
I was really
I am
hoping
not
she would just say, "But if you do," and then walk away.
I am not quite used to this idea of departing somebody's company in a situation where there are not "I will kill you later" comments exchanged. So, if you do die well, I don't know.
We'll do our best.
Die within range of somebody who can bring you back. If you can arrange that.
We'll figure something out.
I'll miss your accent.
Goodbye, useless part.
Aww.
I mean, you say you miss it now, but just wait until at Ebron you guys end up in Zendra, run into Drow,
Oh,
because
no.
they're gonna have the same fucking accent.
Yes!
Hey, why not? I
That
can't
is
remember,
officially my Drow accent.
did I bring the Pot of Awakening with?
You
Yeah.
told me you
I think I
did.
did, right? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
And
wanted to
I
make
asked
sure.
pretty specifically about
Yeah.
that item.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I wanted to make sure. Scott is actually going to leave the Pot of Awakening with Halistra.
Okay.
She will accept it.
Say it's empty. There's nothing in it.
All right.
Grow an awakened mushroom.
Oh well.
I mean, technically, it becomes an awakened shrub no matter what you plant, but Yeah.
There you go. That's
Okay.
the thing
So,
for it.
Scott, just make me a general wisdom save.
Okay. 13.
Never mind.
Okay.
You leave this pot that your double happened to have all the way back in the Mirror Shore here with Hallistra.
Yep.
If Hallistra lets you use her house for storage.
Yeah.
Click clap.
Rar?
Okay, I already love Click Clap. Just as a player, I already love Click Clap.
You know where you can sell things in this town?
Ooh,
Do I know where we can sell? You can sell things in this town. I'm assuming so,
It
but
probably depends on what you're selling. What background do you have out of curiosity?
criminal spy. I believe that's what I took. I know I went through yes, criminal spy.
Okay.
we should go buy potions and things because adventurers.
It's not
Well,
a bad
that would
idea.
definitely be the apothecary. The apothecary also will buy most things, potentially for a slightly lower rate.
You haven't gotten paid for your work at the apothecary, I don't think.
Yeah,
Unless
we
that
haven't.
happened last week.
Did we already sell
Nope.
the skins and things that we had?
Nope. Alice,
Okay.
Ragnar's still got all 5 dragon corpses.
We should go do that then. Also,
Yes.
Yeah. I want to ask him a question.
Right then, to the apothecary.
Yeah, he points in the... Ba-ba-da-dum.
Exactly.
It's like having our own little quest marker.
So, Jack, remind me, were you casting that spell right now, or just...
Well, I assume he would know from attuning to it. Is it a concentration? What's the duration on it? Or does it just function just as locate object? I can grab my player's handbook.
It's a slightly modified locate object. The duration should be the same as the spell. Yeah, it's a concentration up to 10 minutes. However, you may get slightly more specific information than you would from a standard locate object, and again, range is not a concern.
Right. In that case, he'll hold off until we're ready to actually leave the town to cast it.
And you're also aware that while this item, while attuned to you, acts as an amulet of proof against detection, it can be reverse tracked by the other
Right.
amulet.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So
kind of
yes,
fun one.
to the apothecary then.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. So you arrive at this place full of scrolls and potion bottles. Gives me an excuse to get you off that map so I can have slightly less maps clogging up my GM section. The woman that you've come to know as the town's apothecary sort of looks over at you. Oh, hello. This is an undercommon.
Hello.
Ask her if she wants to buy 5 baby dragons that are dead.
We have some things to sell.
Well, what have you got? The dragons, maybe? Anything else you found?
Just those for the moment. And she'll signal to Ragnar to bring out the corpses.
He'll shift him up there.
5, you said, Jack?
5 white wormling corpses. He'll also set out a small vial of toxin and the bones from the shambling mound.
She'll look at the toxin bottle. Nothing particularly advanced, but if you want, I can give you 30 gold for it. For the mounds. They're rare. Not exactly rare ingredients, but I never turn down something that's already been harvested. Especially with the risks. Apparently, you found a dragon nest. I'll give you 50 for all of the mounds, and then let's say a total of 1,400 for the wormlings.
Scott will relate those prices to Ragnar.
And was that 1,400 a piece or 1,400 total? Total for the wormlings?
Sidle up to the apothecary. Psst. Psst.
She will turn to you.
Hi. Could I ask you a question?
Are you...
Common. I can do Elvish.
Yeah, you probably need to switch over to Elvish.
Okay, switch to Elvish.
Yeah. Which you may or may not remember from last time you were here. Knowing Alistar.
Nope.
Yes, what do you need?
So this is awkward, but some people are acting a bit weird now, and I have a vague recollection of stuff that happened yesterday. What happened? Because you were there, and I think you gave me something, but I don't know what.
Most of the town was there. I just gave you a simple potion, similar to something that you had ordered from me for other reasons, but...
What does it do?
Compels honesty, mostly.
Oh.
Click, clack. Makes a sound like remarkably and disturbingly accurate to probably what a cat vomiting would sound like.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
She
so much
actively does not listen. She seems to be completely ignoring Click Clack's presence unless he presents something worth selling.
Fucking truths potions.
So why is everyone? Why is everyone? Well, what? I don't get it. What happened?
Well, I certainly can't. You might want to just ask your allies. I mean, you've already ordered supplies that would make such a thing easier.
It's a bit awkward.
I find that the right context and the right nudge can shift a situation to one where it's easier to poke and prod.
Yeah, but have you tried poking and prodding a barbarian? They get real angry about that.
Well, that's what potions are for.
That's a good point. Okay. Do you have honesty? Does it do anything else?
Make sure you can be honest.
Huh.
Provides clearer recollection.
Have you got any more?
Of course. You already ordered some earlier.
Did I?
God, I'm losing that stupid voice. You already ordered some earlier.
I don't remember doing that, but okay.
You know what? You didn't finish clearing out down there, but I will admit it's not often that I'm called to town hall for my free services, so give you the potions and your friends half of what they would have gotten for the completed job.
Cool. Well, do you have anything that's like a sort of a calming kind of like don't kill Alistar kind of brew?
Yeah. I want to point out this is happening in Elven, which all
Oh yeah, all of us can
Uh-huh.
speak.
All
Yep. mhm.
understand.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that the Kenku speaks Elven too.
Yes. I probably
Um,
speak more languages than anybody.
I think you and Ska may be tied because Ska got knowledge cleric languages, but I'm not quite sure.
I understand Common, Aran, Undercommon, Infernal, and Elven. Linguist feat.
Yep, it's a good one.
Technically, I should have one more, but I decided to switch it for remembering Elvish instead of getting something new.
How's your wisdom, Jeremy?
Fucking terrible.
So you're not a cunning linguist then?
Oh.
You know, I would normally be a little bit annoyed at you, but I'm currently trying to find something buried in my notes, so yeah, and over the course of the conversation, sorry, Alistar, she will... I have things that help with that aspect of conversation. Something that might make one a little more jittery, but more susceptible.
To what?
And something that it makes them perhaps a little more cloudy, though the potion of mind would take care of any such side effects quite cleanly. And yes, much less likely to respond violently to questions.
Sounds a bit sketch, but let's try it.
At this point, I'm looking at the other two people, and I'm assuming, getting very clearly that they understand what is being said here.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back,
I'm
and I look
negotiating.
over.
You can see Ska's eyes getting like more and more angry, but nothing
guys.
else looks amiss.
I got us half the money.
Wonderful.
potions.
Buy healing potions with it.
Sure. Can I have some healing potions, please?
Yep, she has healing potions at standard market rate, maximum of 5. How much money were you guys going to get for clearing out the gardens?
I wasn't here for that episode.
You just said
Sorry.
1400, which is half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a total of 5 healing potions she can sell you for.
No, the 1400 is for Ragnar's white dragon corpses. Has nothing to do with the
sorry.
job.
Yeah.
Half.
Yeah.
I want to say, wasn't it like 400?
It wasn't. No, it was more than that.
It was 400 a
Yeah.
Piece?
piece.
400 apiece, but Alistar was getting potions instead.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that would be
1,200. No, I'm sorry, 800, because because at the time it was just Halistra,
Alistar.
Ska, and Alistair. So it was 800 plus the potions.
Right.
Sorry, I'm trying to do math because no, Alistar was, instead of getting a
It's
So
not
the way it
free.
was arranged was that Ragnar was essentially spoken as if he comes,
Oh, okay.
he will also be paid for. But Alistar was specifically not getting paid a gold number, instead getting potions.
Right. So then
Right.
1,200.
So
400
half of
for each of
half
them,
of
so
it would be
1,200
6.
plus the potions.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so yes, I can switch out one of your other potions for something of a more calming nature that subsides the impulse to aggression.
Cool. I don't know why I might need this. I just have a feeling.
Would you like that to be exchanged for your... You seemed very interested in the one that ensures questions answered. Would you like this one to be exchanged for either the one that makes the prodding aspect more effective, or the one that makes the speaking to the worlds beyond more effective?
No, I'm good.
One or the other. It's an... You're
World
getting
Beyond.
3 potions, so which one are you swapping out the new one for?
Oh, sorry. Can you just remind me what the potions are again altogether?
Yeah, so the 3 potions that you were initially getting are these ones. Whether or not Alistar remembers that is up
He
to you,
doesn't.
but I actually do need an answer from the player.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
Clear mind, ability to lie. I will ditch the clear body.
okay. Yep. All right. So yes, Alistar, you get 3 potions. The potion of clear mind, the potion of, or the tea. Sorry, they're not potions; they're teas. You make them,
Yep.
and when you serve them to someone and they consume them, the effects take place until the next short rest that person takes.
Cool.
Which, as long as they don't take a short rest, so you can run them through several levels of exhaustion before you lose the effect if you're a particularly sadistic fucker.
I wouldn't intentionally do that.
And you also get a potion of molded body, which I will get the text for you that later.
Yep, cool. I will make notes of this.
Scott will actually ask in Undercommon how much it would cost for the memory tea.
A tea of clear mind? Has a price tag, totally. They typically run 1,200 or 1,200. I think those are both the same number.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Good to know. And she'll turn to Ragnar. Is there anything else that we need to sell?
In Elvish, he'll address the shopkeep. So you're willing to give me 1480 for the toxin, the mound remains, and these 5 wee dragons that be quite honest, almost killed us all. And while your town is well defended from dragons, it seems to me that going out and actually harvest them tends to be a bit more of a hazardous.
He wants more money.
Well, I mean, it's not challenging, but it's not exactly a labor I can just get a slave to do.
So what I'm willing to do is, if you'll be willing to increase that offer to 1,700, I'll also give you the first chance at purchasing something much rarer and more powerful and important before I offer it to anyone else in town. And he pulls out one of the soul gems and just kind of holds it up between two fingers.
Ooh. That's shiny.
I am suddenly very interested.
Yeah.
I get about this far away from it and start looking at it.
Okay. As you do, you're close enough and you're sort of attuned to the sounds of the world around you. You start hearing these strange sounds, almost like a lost whisper, but even with your ability to replicate, it's hard for you to place the sound. You could probably make it, but you're not sure what you would compare it to.
That's something could destroy the memory banks. And after a couple minutes of looking, just makes a long, low whistle sound. That
are you
which
trying?
I've never been able to do in my entire life.
Are you trying to make like an appraisal roll on it?
I'm trying to make more on. Click-Clack's not concerned about the money aspect of it. Click-Clack is interested in the shiny and potentially magical parts of it.
So, like essentially
Arcana.
a figuring out what it is roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be Arcana.
Okay.
Damn, son.
25 with a plus 5.
You recognize
Yeah,
this as
20.
some variety of soul gem. It's almost impossible to know what's in one of these in terms of a soul, but it's a moderately sized one. It's probably not housing something incredibly powerful.
This is not an ancient dragon-sized soul gem.
Right.
Yes, that is accurate. It's also not a like young dragon-sized soul gem.
Fair enough. In Infernal, because this is probably where he most commonly heard this phrase. Well, fuck me.
She will. All right, 17,000, and I get first bid on that particular artifact of yours.
1,700 or 17,000?
1,700.
You said 17,000.
The number that Jack said.
Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say,
not-
I know it's a soul gem, but I don't think it upped the price by almost 16,000 gold.
All right, so he'll make the trade, take his 1,700, and then ask, so, what am I bid?
Oh, that's not exactly fair.
You're the one that turned this into an auction.
No. Let's see. I can, of course, offer you raw coin, but as a shopkeep, as a provider of goods and services, it might be more useful to adventurers like yourself if I provided my payment, at least partially in assets, potentially of a magical nature. A few of your friends seem to be interested in the teas I sell. I also have a variety of magical items. Would you be accepting of such trades, or are you looking strictly for coin?
Well, if you're interested in usable items that might be applicable to our efforts, I would certainly be willing to take a look.
She has...
Does she have any vestiges?
Any lich hands?
Roll me a D100, Jack.
Okay. That's a 47.
No.
Okay.
No vestiges.
That's fair.
That requires 100.
I figured.
Yeah, so she will what's she gonna... She has a ton of stuff. She hasn't interacted with Ragnar enough to know what he wants.
Well, he's wearing heavy plate.
Yeah.
He's bristling with weapons. I mean, he's got fewer now than he did before, but he's got a great sword, a trident, and a great axe, all of which are very clearly displayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's a guy that likes to hit things very hard, apparently.
Yeah. As this conversation is going on, are any of the rest of you doing things?
Yes, I'm going to try to hide in somewhere in the room.
Okay. Make me a stealth roll.
20.
Yeah, you can duck behind one of these smaller shelf tables.
And I end up as the negotiating is going on, going down and duck and hide. And I'm trying to sneak around behind the apothecary.
Okay.
And as the negotiating going, 2 feathered fingers come up as bunny ears behind the trap.
As she's sort of going through various things, she seems very calm about this conversation, but she's trying to find something that is tailored to the situation because she wants that thing you provided her.
She'll wait until the apothecary is turned and speaking directly to Ragnar to actually go behind and do the bunny ears.
God contains her laughter.
She will. I have an item that might be of interest to you, especially down here. And in addition, I'll throw in, let's say, 2 more of the potions that make your memories clearer, as those seem to be a consistent interest of your group. And she will pull out what looks like the hilt of a sword. It's sort of silver with some engravings and a ruby in the hilt.
He'll give it a look over. Go on. What's it do?
She'll sort of look around. Actually, none of you are Shroud, so it's not an issue. And she will touch the ruby of the blade and say something you don't quite catch. And this red stone glows white, and the blade ignites in solar energy. A blade of solar energy ignites from the hilt. Sorry.
Does it look longsword or greatsword size?
It looks to be a longsword, though you're familiar enough with magical weapons to know that it may be fairly useful anyway.
Oh yeah, no, and you can use a longsword two-handed,
Yeah.
so that's not a problem.
Yield D&D lightsaber.
The blade of the sun, often useful in these areas for surface folk.
Blade of the Sun and 2 potions for this. Hey, done.
All right.
I will
Do you
trade you
take
my
this one
holocron
down?
for a lightsaber.
I mean, not the reference I was making, but you can take that as the reference. Yeah. Looks like Don John is not good at letting me copy and paste things.
Have you tried 5e tools?
I could also use Roll20. There you go.
Sweet. Awesome.
There you go. And it is specifically assigned to Jack at the moment. Yep.
Splendid. Ooh, that looks really cool.
Sunblade.
Be sure you get the magic word.
Yes. Well, I mean, Identify fixes that. But yes, you also get the magic activation word when you make the trade.
Cool.
So you get 2 potions, 2 teas of clear mind, and a sunblade in exchange for a soul gem.
Awesome.
What?
Nothing. Completely unrelated.
Okay, sorry. All right. So, is there anything else people would like to do before you leave the apothecary? And does Ragnar distribute the money so people can do those things that they might want to do?
And did Alistar actually get healing potions?
Presumably.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Did you mark off the cost of them?
No, I didn't add any money yet. Are we taking it out of the money that we were given for that, or do we
For
not
the
get
job?
any money for that?
Well, we got 600 for the job.
Alistar didn't get any money for the job.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Right. But she was going to give him the money that we all earned, or at least, or half of the money that we all earned, is what she
I
said.
assume that you each got... For simplicity's sake, we're going to ignore that Jeremy is playing a different character now, and each of you got the money that you earned from the job.
Cool.
Okay. Then
Cool.
Scott will spend her cut on healing potions.
Okay. Remember, she has a total of 5 healing potions in stock. And of your... So with 200... how much do healing potions cost?
50.
Normally
If they're-
50.
If
I
they're
believe.
standard, then they're 50.
Yeah. They're 50. So, yeah. So you can purchase 4 healing potions.
Scott will do that.
Yes.
Get
You were
money,
paid.
get healing potions.
She didn't hand your money to Alistar. However, Ragnar directly made the trade for the dragon stuff, so the question still remains of if he...
If he's sharing that money.
How much do you need?
I don't know.
50.
50 and done.
Cool.
He will definitely front the needed 50 gold for that.
Let's split them up amongst ourselves then.
Sky will just look at Ragnar and go, I will take whatever you deem appropriate for almost dying.
Oh, you guys want, like, the actual money divvied up, not just community purse? Fair enough. Each of you...
At least
I'm
Sky
not the
does.
Okay. Yeah. No, each of you get 450 gold.
Sweet.
I'm good.
Ska gets 450 gold then.
Sweet.
He'll take it.
I was gonna say, you weren't even here.
Well, apparently I'm getting it anyways.
Yep, apparently he is.
Welcome to the group. Have some money.
Yep.
Sorry, Jeremy distracted me with something, and I'm now. There we go. Much happier.
Number 89. That's all I'm going to say. Number 89. Yeah, so no. At one point, the bunny ears come down in the middle of the negotiation, and he pops back up in front of the counter somewhere. And just quietly pays attention.
That's so good.
Yeah, you probably slunk back when the sort of light ignited because
Yep. Yeah,
harder
that
to
was-
hide when there aren't as many shadows.
Yep.
Yep. So are we leaving the apothecary?
That's up to you guys. Are you?
Once Ragnar's sold his first soul gem, yeah, he's good.
Cool. Yep. Okay. So, you, barring any last minute, but I actually wanted to, leave the tavern and head for, I assume, the outskirts of town to try and do location magic, or...
Yes. Let me just make sure I got everything set. Yep. Yeah. So Ragnar is going to... Well, first he will take a break, possibly in the tavern or somewhere else, or maybe just back to Halistra's house to make sure he's attuned to his Sunblade.
Keep in mind you have a maximum number of attunement slots. I think you're getting close to 3.
Yes. Currently, he's actually going to unattune the... Actually, did the Trident require attunement, do you know?
Trident, I believe Trident requires attunement.
Okay. He will unattune to the Trident. Yes, Trident requires attunement. Yep. And he's got his axe, his amulet, and now his Sunblade.
Okay.
At which point, once he's got that cleared out, he will attune to the get the amulet, expend the spell slot to cast that, and see which way his Tom tells him to go.
Okay. Yeah. So you expend the spell slot, and it is a strange sensation. There's a beckoning call from deep within the center of this stone. As you can feel, for a moment, it's as though nothing else in the world exists except for this sensation far away of a twin pendant, a twin blade. And you can almost feel another's chest against yours where that pendant is also being worn. The sensation only lasts a moment of the spell during its activation.
Mm-hmm.
But as that, sudden impulse fades, you can tell all that the stone you are looking for is north of the town. Not more than half a day's journey.
Okay. All right. We've got ourselves a bit of a walk, but we're headed northward.
Lead the way.
And he will do just that.
All right.
Unless somebody objects.
Yeah.
Get a thumbs up from the Kenku.
Awesome.
Usual vacant stare.
Barring any objections, all of you head out. It's still sort of pretty early in the day, and you make decent time on the roads. Ragnar, your spell fades if you don't drop it after 10 minutes, but you can keep ahead of the direction. And given that you are a local, Clack, make me a history roll.
Okay.
That's going to be our navigation in this case.
21.
With a 21, you know that this road particularly does not there are some small offshoot caves, but the main road does not diverge for about 3 days worth of travel.
Okay.
You would also know if Ragnar shares with you the information he has about the thing's location, that matches up with. You've never been there, no one really goes there, but there's a sort of old dwarven Duregar house from some past empire or another that's about that far down the road.
Okay. So he will indicate that. So he listens like, home. He takes out his pipe, lights it up, and takes a deep breath, and exhales a perfect picture image of a Duregar.
That
don't
is some
say.
weird shit.
Well, shall we see if anyone's home?
Yeah.
I mean, because do I feel like this is sort of the place that this has been leading me towards?
Like, you don't have an exact image, but you have no reason to doubt that matches up. And if you continue along the road, you do eventually reach that at about the right time.
Okay. And what are the approaches to this building? I mean, like, I assume the road sort of leads there. Does it look like there's any other ways to navigate up to it?
The road continues on. This building it has a bit of a driveway where the cave expands and curves in. But while you're used to mansions and large houses, this one's a little weird in that it's the front of such a mansion. But instead of having a further back area, it just meets against the cave wall, and the cave wall extends in either direction from the sort of front facade of a house.
And presumably extends further deep into the rock, but we just you can't from the outside see how big it is. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll pull you onto that map now because I feel like that might make this a little easier. Can you all see the map?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Black screen. Hold on, scrolling down.
Wait,
There.
that
down
might
the
be a
bottom.
complication.
Oh yeah.
Knew we
Sorry.
forgot to do something.
Click Clack's got some long white hair and a dress.
How much dark vision do you have, if any?
I know I'm
None.
I've got 60 feet.
Kenku have none.
Yeah, it doesn't look like I have dark vision.
How have
Okay.
you survived down
So-
here?
I guess you
You're-
can't see
yeah.
much of anything unless you've got a torch or something. But
Gonna have to get you some goggles, buddy.
Oh, he's already wearing a pair of glasses.
Just glasses, though, not like night vision goggles or
They're very
anything.
fancy looking glasses.
Oh, okay. Surprised Alistar hasn't tried to steal them off you yet.
I don't steal things.
okay.
I
That we
convince
know
people
of.
to give me things. Willingly.
That's nice.
Okay.
Yep.
There. That should be good enough for now.
Yep.
Okay. Ragnar's just gonna step up to the door and give it a look over then.
All right. So this sort of sturdy wooden door is creaking with age. It hangs very slightly ajar, and carved into the front of it are sort of four diagonal, almost claw marks.
Look alive, lads and lasses. We've got lycanthropes.
Licking what now?
Alistar hears the sound of like does it quietly, so it's not like announcing to the entire but the sound of a wolf howl.
Oh, wolves. Okay.
Or something a bit larger with similar claws. Anyway.
Bears?
Maybe.
Okay.
Holy shit, Alistar actually had like an intelligent inference.
What's particularly hilarious to me about this is that while Ragnar doesn't know this, you encountered were creatures very recently.
Yeah, he wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
But he'll nudge the door open with, just with his hand. He's got the Sunblade hilt out, but he hasn't activated it yet.
Click Clack lights up his hooded lantern.
Okay.
Here's a question: Is the activation word something that Ragnar could have changed while he was attuning to it?
As long as you don't make it some out of universe reference thing.
God damn it! What's Dwarvish for flame on? Anybody?
No, I didn't make the initial activation phrase like come forth. You can't make the edited activation phrase.
The Human Torch's catchphrase.
Jeremy, do you know how much distance that has?
I was just looking that up. It is 30-foot radius bright light, 30-foot dim light.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay,
Actually.
so you're just
But
gonna
if
get
you
60
lower the
because
hood- Sorry, if you lower the hood, it becomes dim light in a 5-foot radius. I am not doing that at this point, but that's just don't worry about
So for
modifying.
the sake of token efficiency,
Yeah.
I tend not to do dim light radiuses because
Okay.
it makes it harder for other things to
Hey,
happen.
look, the people are back.
And all of you technically see Click Clack's light, though that may not be incredibly obvious because you've all got fairly good dark vision.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah.
Scout will put the hood up on the Cloak of Elvenkind.
It's always nice to see in color.
And he will try and open the door, given that it's like kind of crappy and hanging off of a hinge, apparently.
Sure. You push in to this front area that will totally reveal itself to you now? No. I think. God fucking damn it, dynamic lighting. Oh. It will reveal itself to you once Aaron remembers that there's dynamic lighting in the way.
Hey!
Yeah. So you push open this heavy door past the sort of overly straight claw mark things. And you come into essentially a small mud room. There's stairs that lead upwards, a small table, a sort of rack for coats and boots and such. The entire area is covered not in as much dust as you might anticipate, but in a level of grime and disrepair. The stones are a bit cracked, and you can see evidence of some of the mossy, muddy nature bleeding even into the building.
How many coats and/or pairs of boots are in the room currently?
Currently, there is only one hat in this sort of rack for items. No one seems to have left their boots here at the moment.
Well, they obviously don't keep quite as tidy of a home, and there's only one person in residence currently. This should be easy. He will go inside.
Why are bears wearing coats? What is this?
Have you never heard of a bear in his coat of fur?
No.
You don't get out much, do you?
I get in plenty.
That's actually a sound that comes out.
Yep.
A literal rim shot.
Does the hat look like it has dust on it?
There isn't as much dust as you might expect, but there's a lot of dirt and grime and the evidence of the nature of outside seeping its way in through disrepair.
Right. I just want to make sure the hat itself didn't have dust.
Oh. The hat, if you want to go in, you can make me an investigation check.
I'm waiting for the other people to go in first.
I will
just
go
like
in
you always
first.
do.
Yeah, you can't see the hat. You're still outside.
Yeah. Once Click-Clack goes in, then Scott will at least move up. Hi, could you let me move my token, please? Thank you, Roll20.
And what you guys might notice is that areas that you have illuminated, you should still be able to kind of see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which will hopefully make this aspect of things easier.
Points at the stairs.
Not a bad idea. Let's see where they go.
Age before beauty.
Go ahead and being essentially the party rogue at this point.
You are. That's
I mean,
literally what you
a
are.
party rogue. But going ahead and doing the typical crap.
So instead of heading sort of
side.
straight down across the main floor, you head up the stairs, and let me select and drag your token to the top layer because it's on a different part of the map for what I hope would be fairly obvious reasons.
Yeah, second story.
There you go.
I don't see anything. I see black.
Seriously? Right. Give me a moment.
Technology. And a grant.
Hey,
Okay.
look, I see a light. So yeah, I am checking for traps along the way.
Okay. Are the rest of you following, or?
Ragnar's
not yet.
gonna wave
Not
to
yet.
Ska and sort of give her this hand signals of when you're finished what you're doing, we're going up here kind of thing, and try and follow. Click clack.
Yep.
Yep.
So, click clack, in this next room, you can see out into this space, kind of looks like a hallway beyond
Okay.
you. The room you're currently in seems fairly barren. There's a small, long unused torch on one of sconce
Yep.
Sconce.
on one of the walls. Yeah, but doesn't seem to be trapped in any way that you
Okay.
can see. And Ragnar will. So okay, Scott.
Oh yeah, you wanted me to do, was it investigation?
Yep, if you're picking up.
16.
The hat also does have some level of dust on it. It's like as you sort of poke and prod at it, it's a little decayed, and there's an odd scent coming from under it.
From under it. So kind of look under it.
As you peek under, you see a half-smashed brain. Seems like some chunks of it are missing, but it's definitively brain matter. You've smashed open enough heads to recognize that form.
This can only end well. All right. And then this is a door over here?
Yeah, can't you
Okay.
see through that one? Or no, you can't.
I can't see through it, but I can see the thing. I just want
Yeah.
to make sure. Okay,
Yes, the little red squares are doors.
got it. Sorry. Don't mind me. I need new glasses, so like scrolling in to make sure I can see everything.
So Ragnar, you're headed up?
Yep.
Yeah,
Up
once
the
he's
stairs.
determined that everything's fine up here, he gives the international symbol of proceed ahead, which he finds incredibly amusing because he caws like a raven.
I would do my
It's like a
raven call, but I can't do it.
Ra-
softly.
Raven's a little more.
Sorry,
You're
yes, caws
there
like a
now.
crow, but...
I was gonna say I can do a crow caw, but I can't do it softly, so I won't. I will not.
Yeah,
I will not
you
do it
hear
now.
that, and then just a snicker that follows.
And I click clack. Click clack. I need to teach you a new thing. Alright? I'm sure you may have heard this before, but next time you need to do that, I want you to do this. Ready? Just go caw motherfucker.
Caw, motherfucker.
There we go.
Yes.
I love it.
Motherfucker.
I love it so much.
Okay, so these are like little arrow slit windows looking
Yeah,
out
they're
over? Okay, cool.
windows. They're not arrow slits. They're covered with sort of aged glass, aged slightly yellowed glass. But they look out to where you just entered from, essentially from the second story.
Okay. And Ragnar will kind of nudge the door with a finger to see if it's unlocked.
It does seem to be. Oh, this is going to be a fun one to unreveal. Unconceal, you know. Words make
Reveal.
sense when you say them in a certain order.
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Ooh. Alright, we've got hallways, we've got...
Is Scar going down the stairs or just waiting here?
Scott Kat was waiting for them to finish the.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay. So at this
got a
point,
door
we're gonna
open, so
transition
yeah.
back to
Yeah.
Elsa and Ska.
Sky will go up to the door and just kind of like listen to see if she can hear anything behind the door.
Make me a perception roll.
No, that would be a nat one. For a 6.
You hear a
but still.
creaking sound, and you're trying to figure out where it's coming from. And then you realize you're slightly pushing against the door, swinging the door open a slight bit so you can see into the next room. But, well, you can see in there now. The creaking sound was you had your head against a door, and you were pushing it.
Lovely. All right, but there doesn't look to be anyone in there, and there's other doors. Okay.
Yeah, this room has sort of a longer carpet, and 2 statues at the end. There's another torch sconce in a corner that I think you can see from here.
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As soon as she sees that there's nobody in that room, she'll kind of close the door quietly and then head up the stairs.
And as before they get up the stairs, Click Clack has gotten a little bit tired of waiting. So you hear Ragnar's voice shout down, "Caw, caw, motherfucker."
Oh, that's a signal. Let's go. I'll go down the stairs or upstairs.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so
And
glad
you
we've
end
started
up in
this.
that. There are stairs that go up. I thought this map read those pretty clearly, but yeah, there's stairs that
Oh,
go
yeah.
up.
Huh?
Yeah, works.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Making
Now,
room
did we
for the road.
see that? Did we see Click Clack at the
Yeah.
top of the stairs do that? Okay.
Yeah, he like stuck his head over.
Then when Ska gets upstairs, she'll kind of look at Ragnar and go, "Nicely done."
So he will start advancing through.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I see on this map, it looks like there are footprints on the ground. Are those actually there?
No.
Like there and there.
Look,
Yeah.
the map isn't perfect.
Okay,
There,
I just wanted to make... No, I figured that was the case. I just wanted to make sure...
Because otherwise,
Sometimes
that's
you
some
see something
The
commitment.
where-
footprints represent. There's a lot of general grime to the place, so those maybe are where there's some mold or something.
So you'll come over to this door, peek in.
This seems to be another hallway room. I'm gonna pull you slightly through the doorway so you can see the
Yeah.
entire room.
He sticks his head in. He doesn't
yeah.
step in.
I know. I just
Yeah.
for the efficiency of
So
you
I can
seeing
see it.
what,
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
happens, your token's gonna stand there for the moment.
Cool.
I understand you're not in the room.
Sorry. Stick your head in just gives me this envisionment of like Click Clack in a huge bird box and just boom.
So there seem to be 2 doors from this room, one heading sort of further north, and one going back, assumably meeting up with the one you can see from here.
Okay. So he turns back around, looks the other, 2 fingers, knocks on the door,
Mm-hmm.
points in directions.
Okay. You also can all tell the hallway would also curve on this
And
way.
then points down the hallway, and then Reaper shrug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ragnar just kind of waves him forward like, keep going.
Okay. And into the room we go.
Alright.
I will keep an eye out for traps, etc.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep your perception roll from before, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
If there's something very specific you want to look at, obviously.
I'm good for that
we'll
because that was
fine.
a good roll, and eventually our ridiculous rolling this session is going to turn bad on us.
Yep. Okay. So
Yeah,
you
I've
headed for
already
the
done
door
that
at top, or the door at the top, or
Yes, so I'm going to yeah, we're gonna go to this one first.
all right. So this door is locked. It's deadbolted from the side you are currently on, so you don't need to pick the lock because you can just pull the deadbolt out. But
Okay.
Can Ragnar see that?
but you can all see that there's a large deadbolt there. Click clack to you, or
Oh yeah.
Hold a minute.
You are?
That door's locked from this side, which means whatever's inside is scarier than whatever might be outside coming in.
And he grins and nods.
Ragnar pauses a minute and then grins back. I knew I liked you for a reason. And backs him right up.
Unlock.
and you pull it open, and you feel this cold blast of wind as you prepare for battle, and notice that this is a patio.
Yes.
Nice. Scar.
What?
Scar, what are you doing all the way back there? You ready to run away again?
She'll rattle off something in giant.
I don't understand what that means.
Yes, I'm aware.
Think you can see.
Yep.
I think you can see it.
Okay.
This patio sort of seems to be on the other side of the stone wall you saw when you entered.
Okay.
Yep. It's just some sort of. Yeah, it's a patio. You can see
So
two
interestingly
doors.
enough, if I just try to use I can do it with my mouse, so
Yeah.
I'm not. But if I just try to use the keyboard, I can't actually walk through the door.
Sorry. Side effects
because
of
it's
restrict
between-
movement.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that's fine. I just, like I said, I can just move the mouse through. But I thought that was funny.
Looking out from this angle, you can see what looks like an overgrown and disused garden. There's something that very much resembles grape vineyards, but overgrown and blighted with something. Large purple little clumps of some sort of fungus grow out of parts of the vineyard, pulling occasional puffs of pink smoke or pollen or
Spores,
hard
if
to
it's
tell.
fungus.
Angle.
Gotta love a good spore.
Right, left, or center?
Pulls out a coin, flips it, and heads over to this store.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. You notice that it is deadbolted.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Is there some way to jimmy the deadbolt?
Yeah, you can make me a
Okay.
thieves' tools check.
Yeah, he
It's not
pops
easy
out
because
his
it's a deadbolt,
pops out his
but
tools and
Yeah.
gets to work, whistling as he does. 11?
this one's a little stuck with rust, so you can get in there, but you don't quite want to try and break it because you don't want to risk breaking your tool.
Right.
So you aren't quite able to get this one open.
Okay.
You're almost certain you can access this door from the other side if you go around, but
He's gonna try one more thing.
okay.
He puts He makes a sound of frustration, puts his tools away, goes into his backpack, pulls out his crowbar, and is just going to crowbar the door open. Or
Make
try.
me a strength check.
Yep.
Can Ragnar assist with that?
I think a crowbar gives you advantage.
Think a crowbar already gives you advantage. Yes.
Would it be strength or athletics?
Athletics?
Okay. 21.
Yeah, you shove it open without much of any problem.
Sort of pats the crowbar in his other, like
All right.
Gotta love the handy
This
pry
room,
boy.
puts it away.
Seems to be some kind of study. Books line the walls, though most of them are covered in mothballs, and there's a sort of long desk that I believe you guys can see in the corner.
Yes. Walk over and start rifling through stuff with no sense of propriety.
I can't get through the door.
Cat, remember, you can't just...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Scott is literally standing there.
Shouldn't be with advantage, so 17.
All right. With the 17, you can find some stuff. Ledgers dated several centuries prior, which probably aren't particularly useful for you. A few baubles, a total of 20 gold, and various chunks of change around the library, and one book that seems remarkably well preserved that you would be able to recognize as a spell book with a 17, I'll say.
Ooh.
Find something good there.
Tosses that over to Ragnar.
Ragnar, you know what a spell book looks like. You might not be able to tell what the spells are at a cursory glance, but...
He'll flip through it and see if he can recognize anything.
Make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Right check.
Whoa. Scroll all the way down to see what my result was. That's a 7.
With the 7, you think one of these spells might be something that you're able to know, but that's about as much as you can get.
He'll glance around. Scott, can you read this book?
Scott will come into the room and take a look at the book.
Okay.
Can I read the book?
Make me an Arcana check.
That's a 7.
You can't read it, though you feel that a very faint shadow of that presence that it assisted you during the casting of during every time you cast Identify so far. Just sort of stroke the book's cover. And whisper, well, there's magic within and without, isn't there?
Okay, so Scott takes the book and kind of looks at it, flips through it a little bit, and then you see her just kind of look up to the ceiling, like kind of looking off. And then she kind of like shakes her head and goes back to the book. I can't really read it right now, but I might be able to see if I can identify it.
All right.
It'll take me some time, though.
Well, we probably don't need it.
Identify?
Yeah.
We might not need it right away.
Let's hold on to it, and I'll look at it again later.
Fair enough. Unless you think... Alistair, what are you doing back there?
Standing in the doorway, chronicling our adventures.
Fair enough. Let us know if you need anything or if you notice anything, eh, lad?
Will do.
And Ragnar will go investigate this door.
Okay. This door does not appear to be locked. It's slightly finer material than the other doors. And on it, there is another of the series of marks you noted on the front door, the straight claw marks. And additionally, probably cutting through a pre-existing engraving with characters that you don't quite recognize, but several members of your party may recognize as words in Undercommon, though the marks make them impossible to read. Excuse me, I was reading two things at once there.
Alright, well, looks like our heavy-handed visitor has been up this direction as well. He'll listen at the door. See if he can hear anything on the other side.
Perception?
Another 7.
No, you're pretty sure it's
Jack.
quiet.
That's 3 7s in a row. The last 3 rolls.
Oh, somebody's winning at the slots. And he'll push the door open.
Okay. All right. You slide open this door, and I want you to make me a Constitution save.
Okay. 26.
You sort of steady yourself. Actually, everyone but Alistar would be in the range, so...
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You guys all get
Sorry.
+5 to him because you're within 10 feet of me.
Sweet. It's a con save?
Yep.
So that's 28.
If that will work. Let's see.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
looks a good enough. That
All of
Cool,
you
so
are
25.
fine. You all sort of take half a step back, but steel yourselves as this stench of rot and decay and death permeates from the room. Ragnar, you can kind of see in, and you can see sort of one bed and the edge of a second one, the sheets of which are utterly soaked with blood.
Well, something unpleasant happened up here, that's for sure. He'll go in and have a look.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, there's 2 beds in this room. There's some minor shelving, a little armoire, broken mirror. But the most notable feature of this room is the 2 beds. Both of them are soaked with blood. You'd have to guess that they've been this way for quite a while, but are still not quite fully dry thanks to the molds and other stuff that seems to have taken up residence in the... This is definitely more than one person's worth of blood.
It's a fucking abattoir in here.
Whoa.
Why does it smell bad?
Blood. Lots of it.
Oh,
Now, are there any, like, bodies remaining, or is it just drenched
No
in
bodies.
blood?
The beds actually look kind of made, which is sort of disturbing.
Yeah.
Like someone has gone to the effort of tucking in the sheets. You
Hospital
know,
corners.
I was gonna say, hospital corner tuck.
they're just covered in blood, soaked entirely.
Is there anything he can do to try and figure out what kind of blood it is?
You can make me an investigation roll. Do you have alchemist tools or herbalist kit? Something that might...
I know.
You
I
can
know.
make me an investigation.
I know about birth control herbs.
That's
In-
not the same thing.
In Infernal, click clack. What the fuck?
That's a 19 on the investigation.
So you know about birth control herbs. You know that's not what caused this.
This is not the scene of just several hundred horrific versions of child labor. Okay, good.
Not the scene of child labor. This is not the scene of someone had a really bad menstruation period. And given
can't help
Ragnar's
that I have a
previous
wide-set vagina
behavior,
and a
I'm
heavy
gonna
flow.
say he just sort of dabs his finger and tastes the blood.
Oh no, he is not. He knows way better than to eat biologically hazardous material. He might dab his finger and smell the blood, but he is not putting it in his mouth.
You're immune to disease. It's fine.
It's fine if the soul is trapped.
It's also
in a gem.
gross.
Okay, so yeah, you can't exactly decide what kind of blood it is, but you can tell that the consistency it confirms for you. Actually, no, it's a little odd because the consistency, aside from the fact that mold has started growing on it and stuff like that, is fairly uniform. Yeah. That's as much as you're able to get without any sort of kit like that.
Okay.
At the very least, you're fairly certain all of this blood came from the same species.
All right.
Race.
Yeah.
And that is where we're gonna go to break.
Okay, gang,
Okay.
we will be back in a few. Go.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Breakverse. I am no less sick than I was half an hour ago. Okay, so Alistar, you're sort of standing a ways back. You can kind of smell, but it's not overpowering from where you are.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna stay here.
Alistar, this is how adventurers sometimes end up.
Yep, I've heard the tales.
Yep. If you're content doing your research from back there, I suggest we keep our wits about us, in case whatever did this is still lurking about in here. Couldn't have put it better myself. Scott, do you have any idea what sort of shite's gone down in here?
No, but the hat on the hook downstairs had brains in it.
Alright. Well. So, given Brains, Blood Room, is there like a history check or anything that Ragnar could make to have any idea what the fuck is
Ragnar
going?
can make a check with disadvantage, Click Clack can make it flat.
Okay, history?
Yeah, history.
That's a 3. I'm completely at sea here.
That's a 9.
No, I think the problem is you're not at sea.
That's a good point.
That's part of the problem. The other part of the problem is that Ragnar has very few memories, and this isn't something that most surface people would necessarily be aware of. Click Clack, there's something vaguely familiar about, like, the kind of marks on the building, the blood, the brains. Ragnar, probably something pretty fucked up.
Fair enough. Well,
Could be lycanthropes.
let's push on a bit and see if we can't... Well, he's going to actually investigate the room just to see if there's anything...
Yeah.
Well, he made a 19 previous, but that was just for the beds. He's now trying to get, like, an idea of the room, see if he can find any clues or anything left behind or anything like that.
Make me an investigation.
Okay.
And Scott's
17.
gonna try and listen in at this door.
The first thing you noticed is that the beds are really well made, and you sort of, like, peek under each of them. There does seem to be, actually, with a 17, as you sort of look at under the bed frames, you can see that while some of the blood has obviously seeped down here, all the rot, you can see what looks like what used to be some sort of ritual circle, long faded and sort of obscured by
Okay.
under each of the beds, like.
Gotcha.
Probably reasonable to assume it's connected to why there's lots of blood. There's that small sort of side thing. As I said before, it has a broken mirror that you notice doesn't show a reflection when you hold up your hand to it.
Okay. Like, is it like hand mirror size, or is it like
No,
larger?
it's like, you know those dressers with a mirror aspect to them?
Yeah, where they've like got a headboard, but
Yeah.
it's a mirror instead?
Yeah. And, like, there's pieces of it missing, and it's clearly been shattered by some sort of blunt object, probably near the center. But, like, the fragments should normally still reflect you. They definitely reflect the rest of the room.
But just none of me.
None of you, none of Click Clack.
Does the mirror look like it was broken from the outside in or from the inside out?
It looks like it was smashed from this side, I guess.
Okay.
Like, you can see the impact on the wood behind
Right, the frame of what was holding
in the frame,
glass. Okay. Okay. Is there anything hanging on the wall above the beds that the mirror is facing, I assume?
No, there's nothing to the ceiling or above the beds. The room it's not clean, obviously, but it's remarkably barren aside from those features.
And are any of the, I assume there's shards that are no longer in the mirror frame, are they like out on the dresser or the ground?
Yeah, there's a few.
He'll grab one of those just in case.
Okay. Yeah. As you sort of hold it, it's only when your finger is almost touching it that your finger appears in the glass.
Okay.
But yeah, you pick it up when you hold it.
All right. He'll bring that with him and then go out to where Ska is.
Yeah, Ska's kind of leaning up against the door trying to listen in.
Make me a perception check.
Please, better than last time. That is definitely better than last time. That's a 24.
Yep.
Aside from the general creaking of this house, you don't hear any sound coming from the next room.
General creaking? Sorry.
Disappointed in all of you. Going ahead, or?
Yeah, she's gonna like. She'll kind of look at Click Clack and go, traps?
Woohoo.
And then
Yeah.
back up.
The brushes aside, goes up and looks it over.
Okay.
Perception
Perception or investigation?
19.
Doesn't appear to be trapped or locked.
So there's a moment where he looks back, hold on, gets out his thieves' tools, goes in, and then just opens the door.
Click like such a little shit.
This is fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. This is incredibly
This is
fun.
adventure. This is excitement.
Yep. So this seems to be some sort of dining hall. Many of the chairs are overturned. And on the table there is no food, but some candles that seem to have burned down to just their stump, and the large amount of wax has spilled off of the candle holders.
I will
In
start.
the center, in addition to those mostly useless candles, there is a large vase.
Like the kind that would, on the surface, possibly hold flowers?
Yeah, though it's remarkably less used than other things here.
I don't trust it. Smash it with a hammer.
I'm going to go up to it and carefully look it over, see if it's trapped, see if it's...
Sure.
See
Make
if there's
me an
anything
investigation
special about
or
it.
Arcana, your choice.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I am better at Arcana, so... 23.
You hear music coming from it. Do 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 do. No. Just kidding.
Okay. Let me. Yeah, you can identify this fairly easily. This is an endless decanter of water. It's a magical item that kind of does what it says on the tin.
Yep. So he looks back at he looks back at Ragnar and just makes a sound of like a babbling stream.
Yeah, this is a shit magical item for you because you can't speak words.
So no, all I need is for somebody to say
Somebody
the
else has to
appropriate
right,
words.
yep. And then
Someone
you'll be
has to
fine.
use the word, and then you can use a magical item that has an activation phrase.
Yep.
The same way other people have to be told it.
I will carefully pick it up, cringe, and if nothing happens, hand it over.
Yep. Seems fine.
It ain't. Well, it's water. That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. There's just water
With
in
an
it.
11, with an 11, you wouldn't be able to identify it, but you can make a guess based on what Click Clack said, that this is probably some sort of magical water jug and or teleportation to a spring.
Yeah. I mean,
Water jug
yeah.
seems more likely to have in your dining room.
Yeah. And I mean, given
You
given
take
my
it off,
given
you
my
throw it
nautical background, these are the sort of things that would be very helpful to have on board
Yeah.
a ship. So I might know
Yeah.
a bit about them. Yeah.
Again, teleportation to a spring seems significantly less likely.
Right.
it takes you to the nearest flowing body of water.
Excellent for when you're stuck in a desert.
That magical item exists.
I believe you.
Click clack.
Ragnar looks at it.
Holds up, puts the fingers and starts sneaking around this way.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a silver because he's trying to hide.
Yep. Fair enough.
Okay.
So, Alistar and Scott, as that sort of is happening, what are you two doing?
Well, Scott is acting slightly odd, and she keeps like looking into the room that's coming up, like moving backwards and forwards, and just kind of looking in.
Okay.
She's kind of been doing that in this entire place because just something about this place is weirding her out. You know, little things. And then if Alistar is staying in the doorway, she'll kind of like look at him and be like, "Come on, let's go."
Oh, you're going first now. Okay.
Either of you want a flask of ineffable water?
Does it do beer?
I think it does water.
It's always useful.
Hands it to Scott.
Has Alistair moved from where he's at right now?
If Skull's going somewhere, I'll come along.
Okay.
Yeah, Scott will walk into the room.
Do.
Back down the hole,
Jeremy,
I guess?
I whispered you a question.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Then that's
Yes
fine.
to both of the questions that were sent to me.
Oh. I only sent
Jack
one,
had a
but-
question for me.
Yep.
And once they're in the room, he snuck up behind. He
Okay.
gets really, really close to Alistair and lets out a blood-curdling shriek.
Intimidation roll. Charisma saving throw.
Okay.
I pointed at the screen, but I figure that one was pretty obvious which is which. I mean,
I agree. Ah!
Alistair shits his pants.
yeah, it is startling at first because it's not Click Clack making a blood-curdling scream. It's a completely unknown to you blood-curdling scream as you whirl around to face him.
And he's already
Oh,
fallen on the ground with sort of a cawing laugh.
Oh, you scared me.
He found that ridiculously amusing.
Yep. Ragnar, you hear some sort of movement elsewhere in the house as that scream is let out.
He looks back, and there's a very conflicted look of amusement fighting with disapproval. You know, every parent's main expression most of the time. Hey, something's in here.
Yep. So Ska walks on ahead to meet up with Ragnar.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Right.
did it sound like it was on the same floor as us, or is there not enough precision for Ragnar to be able to tell?
There's not enough precision.
Okay.
You do know that there's definitely a first floor to this building, given that
Right.
you can regularly see out of it, and that, like, other basic evidence.
It's hard to have a second floor without something to rest it on.
Yeah.
No, it
You've
can't
seen
be
the
done.
first floor, all of that.
Yes, cantilever architecture.
I've been
Ragnar's
in
gonna
those.
come up and investigate this first door on the left.
Okay. This one?
Yeah, this one right here.
Okay.
That's an 8. He can't hear anything, probably.
Seems silent to you.
Try the latch.
Opens easily enough.
Okay. And very gingerly... he's going to try and open it slowly and quietly. If the hinges squeak, he's not going to increase the speed or anything, but he's just going to wince really hard. Oh, no, sorry, the one below. The one below where he's at
Oh,
right now.
that room.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. That was not... This is why I pinged and didn't...
Sorry, I must not have seen your ping. My bad.
Okay. I'm definitely on the object layer. Okay, so this room, just
Yes,
to clarify
that.
again.
Yep.
That room with innate perception, yeah, still seems... But this one is locked.
Oh, okay. And he'll whisper back around the corner. Call, motherfucker. And wait for click-clack to
Come
get
up.
there.
Yep.
He will slide down one
All right.
and just sort
Let's
of
take a look.
point gently.
And I will
towards
check for traps and the like with a 23.
As the Ska paces up and down the hallway behind you.
For having shit
Yeah, she-
wisdom, you're doing great on your trap checking rolls.
That's part of it is because for my shit wisdom, I took expertise in perception.
Right.
Because
Smart. Yeah, no, Ska's kind of like sneaking up, looking, going, okay, they're still in a line, and backing up again. She'll sneak up and look, okay, they're still there, and back up again.
All right.
She's trying very
Click-clack.
hard not to
Yeah.
stay in a line
This-
with them.
Click-clack. Yeah, this room is definitely both locked and trapped. You can actually see some level of arcane runing on sort of the edges of the door frame, and also on the sort of doorknob itself. Seems like there's some sort of magical trap in addition to some physical locking mechanisms.
he looks it over, looks between the two on either side of him, points out the runes,
Mhm.
and makes a sort of a muffled sound like an explosion. Eh?
Well, can you bypass it?
I mean, would there be? Does this look
You
like the
could
kind of
try
trap
with a
that-
23. You recognize these as very challenging runes to destroy. But your thieves' tools would definitely let you try.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Make me a thieves' tools check.
Really quick, before that, he's like, waves Ragnar down the hallway a bit.
Alistair, you mind doing that thing where you encourage, like you've done it for me once or twice, you know, you give me a bit of a morale boost.
Aw. What? Yeah. What are you trying to do?
He's trying to untrap the
him.
trap. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You said you didn't specify.
Sorry, should have been a bit more specific.
Okay. Yeah. I will encourage Click Clack. By saying, I believe in you, Click Clack. You can do this. And then stepping back around the corner.
Yeah.
All right.
Ragnar is actually going to scoot down to just here so that if Click Clack fucks it up, he's still got the boost for saving throws.
Fair enough.
All right. And we'll see how this goes. This is where I roll my nat 1.
I am hoping.
Nope.
No.
All right. I will
inspiration?
roll that. What am I at now? Is it 1d6? D8. $17.
Okay, so yeah, with the 17, you're able to get the physical lock open, but the magical trap is giving you a bit more difficulty. So you sort of pull back and pause, examining sort of where the runes are, trying to make sure you don't just open it and set it off.
I mean, that could be fun too.
Yeah, you don't want to die though.
No, I don't.
Fun. Air quotes.
Yeah, you can definitely, with the having gotten the physical locks open, you're pretty sure that there's some sort of magical key that you would need to get through the rest of this, without opening it and eating the trap in the face.
Okay.
So is it ready? We can go inside now. Negatory then. Alright.
He's going. So he puts out a finger. Does that? Makes the sound as he's turning it of like a key clicking in a lock.
Mm-hmm.
And then points at the runes.
So you can unlock it if you've... There's a... Your finger is the key to... Sorry, what? I'm gonna make an insight check.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope. I'm not following. Can you... Key, magic, trap, thing?
He's pausing as he tries. Damn it! The pipe of smoke monsters only makes monster. It only makes creatures. It can't be used to make anything.
That's an awesome item for a Kenku, though.
Yeah, right. Points at himself.
Click clack.
Yeah. Points at the lock.
Locked.
And makes like he could open it.
Okay.
But points the finger up.
So if you find the right key for it, you can open it, but it'll explode in your face if you do. Well, I guess we'll be leaving this room for maybe if we find keys. And he'll stick his head back around the corner. Caw, motherfuckers.
I think that means go.
Yes, but not in this door here. It's still trapped and we'll all die.
Oh, okay.
According to our local expert.
Good
Click
to
clack.
know.
Because you've been standing by that door for a while, I want you to make me a perception roll.
Okay. 10.
You hear some sounds from within, but nothing that you can make out through the door.
I'm gonna go to. Is the keyhole the kind that you can actually look through?
Yeah.
I will put my eye to the keyhole.
Okay.
I am about to become Odin. Weirdly enough, the Odin Raven.
All right. Let me decide real quick how I want to do this. Cause
How you want to blind me?
No. How do I want to let you see into the room while ensuring that your party cannot? I think the answer is first we grab a little hapless Kenku, drag him over here. I know you're not actually in the room. This is just the easiest way to make lighting work. And
And Ragnar will be looking at the top door once it's back to his turn.
yeah. I understand.
Cool.
Okay, so Jeremy, tell me if this doesn't work and you can't see. But I'm gonna just try it like this.
I cannot. Oh wait, yes I can.
Oh.
Okay.
But so can I.
Well, I can.
For fuck's sake, really?
I can see. Oh yeah. Yep.
It's
God.
dim,
Draw
but yeah.
if you draw a dynamic lighting, perhaps
There are dynamic lightings over the.
across the door.
Yeah, there
At this
should
point?
be.
I mean,
Sorry.
I can't
I'm gonna draw
see.
more
I
of
can't
them.
see into the room like I can the length of the hallway, but I can
No,
see
my
two
concern
tokens.
is that Cat can see. Cat is on the other fucking side of the.
Can you see into the room, Cat?
Yeah,
Oh
yes.
yeah, no, I can see through the doorway.
tokens.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because Cat can. For
I
the
have-
listeners at home, Cat is not even near the door.
Nope. I am near a completely different door.
I don't understand how you're able to see through the dynamic lighting.
It's dimmed, but I can see tokens in the room.
And that's because of the stupid auto fog I set up. I don't know why it let you see through the door, but I've reinforced the dynamic lighting on that room.
Okay.
None of the rest of you have seen anything because
We will not metagame this.
keyhole.
Right.
So those are things.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
So click clack, as you glance in through the doorway, those pieces that you weren't quite able to put into a context before sort of are starting to click with you. The strange series of 4 lines, little more carved than you might expect, on both the door to the master bedroom and the front door of the building. The brain under the hat, the large amounts of blood. You're like, I have heard these stories. Growing up in the Underdark especially. You've
Mhm.
heard stories of illithids and mind flayers. These ones look sickly, and you can kind of hear that they seem to be having some sort of conversation aloud, actually. But
What?
you can't quite make it out.
Mind flayers talking with their mouths? That's so weird. That honestly trips me out more than the blood room does.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a little odd because It's almost halfway in your perception and halfway allowed. For those familiar with Animorphs, think Andalites who are not used to their mouths, so are also thought speaking at
you. Yes.
The Andalusians.
But yeah, click clack. That is what you see within the room. You also see a large number of alchemical supplies. A lot of it seems to be haphazard and some sort of circle of magical energy. That is what you see.
So he watches for a minute. Slowly pulls his head back.
At which point, Ragnar, make me an investigation check because you're doing something else during this.
Yep. That's a 10. Just looking at this door up here.
The door seems fine. Doesn't seem trapped or locked. You don't hear any sound from within.
He'll gingerly open it, push it open a few inches. Are the hinges silent or do they creak?
They're silent.
Okay. I'll push it open the rest of the way. And poke his head in, look around. Ooh, there's a desk.
Yep, there's a desk and a not blood-covered bed. There's also a small sort of side table on the far side by the window that catches your eye because there is a very fancy box sitting on it.
Ooh. He will go investigate our box.
Okay.
That is fancy.
Make me an investigation.
That's a 3. So yeah, that's his version of just going over and flipping the lid open.
Yep. So you flip the lid open, and it's a music box. And it starts playing. And there's this haunting melody for a few seconds. Ragnar, you still have that shard of glass, right?
Yep.
In your bag or something?
Oh, he's literally been holding it in his hand the whole time.
That's really convenient. And as this music box starts to play, Ragnar, you sort of look down at the piece of glass as it grows sort of warm in your hand. And from the perspective of everyone else, Ragnar is absorbed into the glass.
Yes!
Oh, God.
What perspective of everybody else can I ask? Because literally nobody has line of sight on me right now.
Yep.
Okay. Never mind. So from the perspective of the camera,
Right.
Ragnar is absorbed into the glass and it clatters to the floor or in front of the music box. From the perspective of the everyone else that's outside, assuming Cluck Clack is paying attention to that given the much more significant thing he just noticed.
Yeah, no, Click Clack is probably not at this particular moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
Secondary priority.
A little bit.
Yeah. So you can hear the sound of a music box kicking up. The faint melody that, Alistair, you can almost but not quite place as something you have heard before.
Huh.
Something nostalgic to it. It's rather beautiful.
And I hear that coming from this room over here.
Try one room more over.
So that room there.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one that you can...
I sidle past Click Clack and just look into the room.
Yeah.
Did I see Ragnar go in there?
No, you were around the corner at the time.
Okay, then I just look in the room.
Okay. You see a shard of glass on the floor, a bed, this one not covered in blood or anything, a small desk, and a music box that is playing.
Cool.
Yeah.
The music box is playing. I go and listen to it.
Okay. Yeah. As you go up and sort of, you see this small, looks like some sort of little doll or figure, but a lot of the features have worn away, turning in the center of the box. It's rather complicated clockwork. Probably some of the most complicated you have ever seen, given where you're from. But you can tell that this little turning mechanism is playing what almost would be like a piano or other instrument with little metal things that it is tapping.
Hey guys, check this out. It's really cool. I gotta pick it up.
Yeah. Make me a... I'm gonna say intelligence save.
Okay. Traditionally bad at them. 11.
Again, you know that this music is from somewhere, but you can't quite place it. It's a different version of a tune you have heard before. What, Clack and Ska?
Click clack. Once he hears music and people talking, he gets up something. He's like,
What? What is it? What is it? Like, stick my head back out, holding the box.
Scott's kind of like peering around the corner, kind of just looking at him. What's up?
trying to figure out how to word this one. So, duh. Points in there. And he's still got his finger up to his beak. 2. Mind flayers.
And yeah, neither of you have seen these creatures before, but you're familiar with them in a sort of conceptual sense.
There's 2 smoke monsters. Got it.
Well, specifically, the smoke takes the images of octopus faces is the best way to describe it. Like,
Baby Cthulhu. Got it.
Cuttlefish heads.
Baby Cthulhu is not the worst way in description of illithid.
I've seen squid. That's a squid on someone's face.
No, it is much worse than that.
All right, I need to look at it.
I have no idea how bad it would or wouldn't be.
She still says it.
Hold on just a second. I need to look at my... Wait, I think I put the full description in here. Okay. The form of a simple... Okay. So, judgment call on pipe of smoke monster. Exactly what it says is you can use this action to inhale a puff of smoke that takes the form of a single creature, such as a dragon, a flame for a froghemoth, etc., etc. I love that it mentions froghemoth specifically. Must be small enough to fit in a 1-foot cube, etc. Could I have the creature posed or doing things as I wish?
With a limit of it has to be something fairly simple, and it may come off as a bit caricature-esque.
If I wanted to make it an image of a mind flare in the process of eating a brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just you can't pass it off as a convincing ghost of a person.
No.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like...
It's D&D PowerPoint, let's be honest.
And then there's a mind flare eating a brain, looking like super evil and shit.
And there's two of them.
2.
In that room.
Where did Ragnar go?
Lovely. What do you mean, where did Ragnar go?
I mean, I don't.
He was in the hall a moment ago.
Do you see him, Scar? You're talking to me like I...
Check around the corner.
Okay. No.
There's another door there. I don't know if the dynamic lighting cuts it off.
A little
Just a
bit.
little
That's
bit, but
fine.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Not
Keep an eye
there.
around the corner. Oh,
Click
this
clack, you know
is
that
not good.
Ragnar was looking at the door on the other end when you went to
Okay.
investigate.
This one?
No, the one that's open.
Oh, okay.
One that Alistar is in front of at the moment.
Yeah.
So I will walk in.
You can. I don't know if Alistar's holding the music box or not.
Yeah,
Did
I'm
he
holding
keep
it.
it? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can see into the room. You can see that shattered piece of glass that you did see Ragnar pick up a piece that looked like that.
Hmm.
Is the music box still playing music?
Has Alistar shut it?
No.
Yes.
He starts gesturing. What?
What? Oh, sorry. Snap.
No. Now you don't hear the music box anymore. It seems to be directly correlated to whether or not it's open.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will start looking around in the room for Ragnar.
Okay, make me an investigation roll.
Under the bed.
Or perception, either one.
And Scott's not going to come up to
perception
the
would've
door.
The
been-
only evidence of Ragnar you find is that piece of glass that's pretty obviously in the floor, in the center
Right.
of the floor.
Yeah. And it was a sizable chunk. Like
Yeah, I'd assume so. You note, as you did previously, that your reflection does not appear in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you do not see any figures or anything, though you see the room around you reflected as you would expect of a mirror, sans the person part. And as you puzzle over that, that is where I think we're going to end for the night.
Yes.
Lovely.
Ragnar's trapped in a mirror.
Oh, God. This can only end well.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh.